My name is Jewel Brandt. I'm 23 years old. 3 weeks after my leg surgery, my mother didn't whisper. She announced it, right there at Sunday dinner, in front of my aunt, my uncle, and Wesley's girlfriend, Madison. She slid my $48,000 settlement check across the table to my older brother Wesley and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "You're crippled now, Jewel. Wesley still has a future. He still has a life to build." She looked at my crutches leaning against the wall. "What are you going to do with it? Physical therapy is covered by insurance. You don't need this." Wesley took the check and smiled. Madison stared at her plate. My aunt shifted uncomfortably. No one said a word. Dad just stared at his chicken like it owed him money. I didn't flinch. I took a sip of water, set the glass down carefully. The ice clinked once. "Okay," I said quietly. "Cash it. But read the memo line first." None of them noticed the phone in my hoodie pocket had been recording for the last 47 minutes. That was their first mistake. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up. If this story already has you feeling that familiar knot in your stomach, that mix of anger and disbelief when family betrays you, then take a second right now to like the video. And if you genuinely connect with it, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest. I'd also love to know. Drop a comment and tell me, where are you watching from right now, and what time is it where you are? Now, let's go back to the beginning. It started on November 15th, 2024. 7:15 in the evening. I was biking home from work on Hennepin Avenue in Minneapolis. The bike lane was clear. The light was green. I had my reflectors on, my headlamp bright. I was doing everything right. Then a car door opened. I don't remember the impact. I remember the sound. Metal on metal, my bike crumpling, my body hitting pavement. Then nothing. Then sirens. Then white ceiling tiles and fluorescent lights and a paramedic's face asking me my name. "Jewel," I said. "Jewel Brandt." "Do you know what happened, Jewel?" "Someone opened a car door. I hit it." "Can you feel your legs?" I could. That was good. But when I looked down, my right leg was bent at an angle that made my stomach turn. The paramedic saw me looking. "Don't move," he said. "We're taking you to Abbott Northwestern. You're going to be okay." I remember thinking, Mom's going to be so mad. I don't know why that was my first thought. Maybe because I'd had the bike less than a year. Maybe because I knew she'd find a way to make this about her. Either way, that's what I thought as they loaded me into the ambulance. Not about the pain. Not about my leg. Just, Mom's going to be so mad. The fracture was bad. Tibia, clean break, displaced. They did surgery that night. Titanium plate, 6 screws, 3 hours in the OR. Dr. Nathan Rodriguez, the orthopedic surgeon, told me I'd need at least 6 months of physical therapy. Maybe more. He was kind, professional. He explained everything carefully, showed me the x-rays, walked me through the recovery timeline. My mother showed up at the hospital around 2 in the morning. She and Dad had been in the waiting room during surgery, but I didn't see them until after I woke up in recovery. The first thing I heard was her voice through the door. "How much is this going to cost us?" Not, "Is she okay?" Not, "Can I see her?" Just, "How much?" When she finally came into my room, she didn't hug me. She stood at the foot of the bed and looked at my leg in its cast and said, "Well, this is going to cost us." "Insurance should cover most of it," I said. My voice was hoarse from the breathing tube. "Should," she repeated. "Nothing's ever that simple, Jewel. You know that." Dad stood behind her, quiet. He didn't say anything. He never did. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days. Mom visited twice. The second time, November 17th, she brought me a change of clothes and asked about the settlement. "The driver's insurance will have to pay," she said. "They hit you. That's liability. You'll get a settlement." I guess, I said. I haven't really thought about it. Well, you should think about it. This is serious, Jewel. This is going to affect your whole life. You need to be smart about the money. I didn't say anything. I was tired. The painkillers made everything foggy. I just nodded. She left 20 minutes later. Didn't touch my hand once. On November 25th, a letter arrived from State Farm. The driver's liability coverage was clear. Estimated settlement range, $45,000 to $52,000. Mom opened the letter. It was addressed to me, but she opened it anyway and read it out loud at the dinner table. 48,000, she said, like she'd won something. Finally, something good from this mess. I was on the couch, leg elevated, still on crutches. I didn't say anything. Wesley was there. He perked up. 48,000? That's real money. It's Jewel's money, Dad said quietly. Mom glanced at him. It's family money. This affects all of us. I remember that phrase, family money. She said it so easily, like it was fact. 2 days later, I overheard the real conversation, November 28th. I was still in the hospital. They'd kept me an extra week because of infection risk. I was in room 412, supposed to be napping. Mom was outside in the hallway on the phone with Wesley. She didn't know I was awake. 48,000, she said. The lawyer said it'll be cut within 6 weeks. All we have to do is make sure she understands it's really family money. Pause. No, she's too out of it to argue. Brain fog from the painkillers. She's not thinking clearly. Pause. Just let me handle it. She'll sign it over. She's not going to fight us. She's never fought us about anything. I kept my eyes closed. My heart monitor beeped steady. She had no idea I could hear her. When she came back into the room, she adjusted my blanket. Almost tender. Then she muttered, just under her breath, "At least you're good for something now." That night, alone in my hospital room, I opened my phone and Googled Minnesota one-party consent recording law. The answer came back clean. Minnesota is a one-party consent state. You may record any conversation you are part of without notifying other participants. I downloaded a voice memo app, tested it, played it back. My own voice, thin and tired. "My name is Jewel Brandt. If you're listening to this, I'm protecting myself." I saved the file to the cloud. Then I went to sleep. When I got home in early December, I stopped arguing. About physical therapy costs, about insurance claims, about the settlement. I just agreed with everything Mom said. I nodded. I said okay a lot. I appeared compliant, docile, a little foggy maybe, from the pain. I wasn't foggy. I was paying attention. December 1st. I was on the couch, doing my PT exercises, ankle rotations, quad squeezes, the basics. Mom was in the kitchen with Wesley, talking low. I had my phone tucked under the throw pillow, recording. "What if she says no?" Wesley asked. "She won't," Mom said. "She's weak. She's always been weak. She'll do what we tell her." Recording number 1. Saved. Uploaded. December 5th. Mom took me to church. First time since the accident. I didn't want to go. I was still on crutches, still in pain. But she insisted. "People are asking about you," she said. "They want to see you're okay." After the service, during coffee hour, she told the story, loud enough for me to hear from 10 feet away. "Yes, it's been so hard. She can barely walk. The doctors say she might never fully recover. We're trying to stay positive, but, well, we have to be realistic. Her whole life has changed. Poor thing." The church ladies nodded. Sympathetic murmurs. One of them looked at me with such pity I wanted to disappear. An older woman approached me after. "Your mother is so strong," she said, "carrying this burden. You're lucky to have her." "Yes," I said. "Very lucky." I didn't correct her. I just stood there with my crutches and my phone recording in my coat pocket. Recording number 2. December 8th through 14th, I recorded my mother coaching Wesley. Rehearsing, practicing. December 8th, 7:30 p.m. I was upstairs, supposedly napping. They were in the living room below. "Don't say, 'Take her money,'" Mom said. "Say it makes sense for the family. Don't say she's useless. Say she won't need it all for recovery. Make it sound practical, loving even." "What if she cries?" Wesley asked. "Crying means she's breaking," Mom said. "Let her cry. She'll sign." Recording number 3. December 10th, after the official settlement letter arrived. Barb and Wesley went through it line by line, making notes on a yellow legal pad. I photographed the pad later. It was still on the coffee table. Bullet points in Mom's handwriting. Emphasize Wesley's opportunities. Mention Jules' limitations, gently. Remind her family helped raise her. If she resists, bring up burden to family. Recording number 4 captured her saying, "If she resists, we mention how much this is costing us. Medical bills, time off work, everything we've sacrificed." December 12th. Full dress rehearsal. Mom played me. Wesley practiced his lines. "Jewel, I know this is your money," he said, stilted like reading from a script. "But think about my future, the opportunities I have. You're going to be limited now." "Good," Mom said, but slower, more sad. "Like you actually care." Wesley tried again. Better this time. "Perfect," Mom said. "Sunday at 5:30. Roast chicken. Casual. She needs to think it's just dinner until we drop it on her." Recording number 4. All of it. Every word. On December 13th, I met Connor at a coffee shop. Connor Morrison. I'd worked with him at my last job. Medical transcription. He was in IT security. I trusted him. "I need help," I said. "Securing cloud backups, all my files, everything." He looked at me carefully. "What's going on?" "I'm protecting myself," I said. "I need these files safe, encrypted. Multiple servers? I need them to upload automatically, and I need a dead man's switch." "A dead man's switch?" "If I can't access my accounts for 72 hours, I said, the files go to 3 people. You, my doctor, and I don't know who the third person is yet, but I'll figure it out." Connor set it up that afternoon. Every recording I made uploaded instantly to the cloud, encrypted, backed up, untouchable. "Jewel," he said when we were done, "what are you expecting to happen?" "I'm expecting my family to show me exactly who they are," I said, "and I'm going to have proof." December 13th, evening. Mom called my Aunt Carol. I was upstairs. Door cracked. Phone recording. "I need you and Jim there Sunday," Mom said. "For moral support. We're having a family meeting about Jules' settlement. She's not thinking clearly since the accident. We need everyone to help her understand what's best." Pause. I could hear Carol's hesitant voice through the phone, tinny and distant. "Please, Carol," Mom said. "I can't do this alone." Carol agreed. Of course she did. Mom was very good at sounding like the reasonable one. Sunday, December 15th, 2024. 5 p.m. I arrived early with Dad. He picked me up. I couldn't drive yet. The table was already set, 6 places. Roast chicken in the oven. The smell of rosemary and garlic. Everything warm and normal and suffocating. Aunt Carol and Uncle Jim arrived at 5:15. Carol hugged me carefully, like I might break. Jim shook my hand. "How are you holding up?" he asked. "I'm okay," I said. Wesley and Madison arrived at 5:28. Wesley hugged me too tight. "Love you, sis," he whispered. I didn't say it back. He didn't notice. We sat. I was at the head of the table. Mom insisted. "You're the guest of honor," she said. 5:13 p.m. I'd started recording before anyone arrived. Phone in my hoodie pocket, microphone facing out. Dinner was normal at first. Weather. Wesley's job at the gym. Mom's church committee. Madison asked about my physical therapy. I said it was going fine. Everyone nodded. At 6:02, Mom cleared her throat. "So, Jewel," she said, "we need to talk about something important." Everyone went still, like they'd been waiting for this. "Your settlement came," Mom said. $48,000. That's wonderful. We're so grateful." She slid the check across the table, toward Wesley. The check was on heavy paper, the kind banks use so you can't photocopy it easily. I could see the State Farm logo. My name, Jewel M. Brandt. Wesley looked at it, then at me. "Jewel," he said, soft, rehearsed. "I know it's your money, but I've been thinking. I have opportunities, business investments, a future. You're going to be limited now." Mom jumped in. "You're crippled, honey. We have to be realistic. Wesley still has his whole life ahead. He still has a life to build." She looked at my crutches, leaning against the wall behind me. "What are you going to do with it?" she asked. "Physical therapy is covered by insurance. You don't need this." Madison looked at her plate. Her fork stopped midair. I saw her glance at me once, quick, guilty, then back down. The recording later would catch her whisper to Wesley, "Babe, this feels wrong. Wesley, stay out of it." Aunt Carol shifted in her seat, uncomfortable, but she didn't speak. Uncle Jim cleared his throat. "Barb," he said quietly, "this doesn't feel right." Mom glared at him. He looked down at his plate. No one else said anything. Dad stared at his chicken. He'd said 4 words all dinner. "Pass the salt," and "It's good." I took a sip of water. The ice clinked once. Everyone watched me. "Jewel," Mom said, "say something." "What do you want me to say?" I asked. "That you understand," Wesley said. "That you'll sign it over." "Don't be selfish," Mom said. "This family has given you everything. Now it's your turn." Pause. 8 seconds. The recording catches it. Just the sound of forks on plates. Someone's breathing. Then Mom said it. "You're crippled anyway, Jewel. What do you even need $48,000 for? You're not going to have the same kind of life Wesley will. You're just going to sit at home. Be realistic." Wesley took the check. Madison closed her eyes. Carol made a small sound. Not quite a gasp. Just air. I set my water glass down. "Okay," I said. "Cash it." Mom smiled. Wesley smiled. They thought they'd won. "But read the memo line first," I said. Wesley looked down at the check, squinted. "It just says legal stuff." "Read it out loud," I said. "Payable only to Jewel M. Brandt," he read. "Endorsement requires 2 forms of ID plus notarized affidavit of sole ownership. Unauthorized attempt equals automatic report to State Attorney General." He looked up. "We'll figure it out. We'll go to the bank tomorrow. You'll come with us. Sign whatever they need." "Okay," I said. Mom exhaled. Relief. "Good girl. This is for the best, Jewel. You'll see." I excused myself. Said my leg hurt. No one argued. I went upstairs, locked my door, stopped the recording. 47 minutes, 16 seconds. I plugged in my phone, watched the file upload, encrypted, backed up, safe. Then I lay down on my bed and stared at the ceiling. I didn't cry. I just processed. They'd done it. They'd actually done it. Everything I'd suspected. Everything I'd feared. All of it true. I opened my notes app and typed, December 15th, 2024, recording number 5. Evidence of financial coercion, ableist language, premeditated theft attempt, elder dependent abuse. Witnesses, Carol, Jim, Madison, Dad. All present, most silent. I saved it. Then I texted Connor. "It's done." He replied immediately, "Jesus, you okay?" "Yes." "What now?" "Now I wait." December 17th, 10 a.m. Wesley went to Wells Fargo on Hennepin Avenue. Alone. Mom was at work. He thought it would be simple. It wasn't. The teller asked for ID. He showed his. She said, "I need to see ID for Jewel Brandt." "She's my sister," Wesley said. "She can't come in. She's disabled. I'm cashing it for her." "I need her ID," the teller said. "And a notarized affidavit from her authorizing you." Wesley got frustrated. Asked for a manager. Stephanie Marshall came over. Bank manager, mid-40s, professional. She looked at the check, looked at the memo line, looked at Wesley. "Sir," she said, "this check cannot be cashed by anyone except the payee. The memo line is very clear. Attempting to do so may constitute fraud. I'm required to document this attempt." "Document?" Wesley said. "I'm her brother. She wants me to have it." "Then she needs to come in herself," Stephanie said, "with 2 forms of ID and a notarized statement. Otherwise, I cannot proceed." Wesley left, angry. Stephanie called me 15 minutes later. The insurance company had flagged my account, put her number on file as a contact. "Ms. Brandt," she said, "someone just attempted to cash your settlement check. A male, mid-20s, said he was your brother. I denied the transaction and documented it. Do you want me to file a report?" I was home, doing PT exercises, phone on speaker. "Yes," I said. "Please document everything." "I'm also required to notify the insurance company," she said. "They take fraud very seriously." "Good," I said. At 2 p.m., Wesley and Mom came home. Both of them, furious. I was on the couch. They stood over me. "What did you do?" Mom said. "The bank won't cash it." "I didn't do anything," I said. "That's how the check was issued." "You set us up," Wesley said. "No," I said. "I told you to read the memo line." Mom's face went red. "Fine. We'll all go to the bank tomorrow. You'll sign it over properly." "Okay," I said. That word. "Okay." It diffused them faster than arguing ever could. Recording number 6, 18 minutes, all of it saved. The next day, December 18th, I called an attorney referral service. Asked for someone who specialized in disability rights and financial abuse. They gave me a name, Lisa Brennan. I made an appointment for January 6th, far enough away that Mom wouldn't suspect, close enough that I'd have help before things got worse. "It needs to be confidential," I told the receptionist. "My family can't know." "Understood," she said. "Attorney-client privilege starts the moment you walk in." I hung up. Mom walked into the room. "Who is that?" "Insurance," I said. "Follow up about PT coverage." "Oh, good." She believed me. She always believed me when I gave her easy answers. December 22nd, Dr. Ashley Peterson called, my primary care physician at Abbott Northwestern. "Jewel," she said, "I need to inform you of something. Your mother called yesterday requesting access to your medical records. She claimed she needed to manage your care and wanted documentation of any cognitive impairment from the accident." I went very still. "What did you tell her?" "Nothing," Dr. Peterson said. "HIPAA prohibits me from releasing your records without your written consent." "But Jewel," she was very insistent. She mentioned something about guardianship. Guardianship. The word hit like cold water. "Can you document that?" I asked. "Already did," Dr. Peterson said. Time-stamped. December 21st, 3:15 p.m. Exact quotes. She said, and I quote, "My daughter isn't thinking clearly. The accident affected her judgment. I need proof of cognitive impairment to protect her finances." I documented it because it raised red flags for me. "Can I get a copy of that documentation?" "I'll have it printed when you come in for your next appointment." And Jewel? If you need me to testify about your cognitive state, you're one of the sharpest patients I have. I'll say that under oath if I need to. Thank you. One more thing, she said. I'd like to do a formal cognitive evaluation for your protection. If anyone questions your competence, you'll have official documentation proving otherwise. December 23rd. I went to Abbott Northwestern. Dr. Peterson administered 2 tests, mini mental state exam and Montreal cognitive assessment. I scored perfectly on both. She handed me a sealed envelope. Keep this. If anyone questions your competence, this is your shield. Inside, official evaluation on hospital letterhead. No evidence of cognitive impairment. Patient demonstrates excellent executive function, memory, and decision-making capacity. That night was Christmas Eve. Mom asked me to sign a medical release form. Said it was from the insurance company. I read it. It wasn't from insurance. It was a broad medical release giving her access to all my records. No, I said. Excuse me? I'm not signing this. It's not from insurance. Where did you get it? She stammered. Caught. You need someone to help manage your care. I'm 23, I said. I'm managing fine. She stormed out. Recording number 7, 12 minutes. I photographed the form. Sent it to Connor. Is this legal? It's a standard release, he texted back. But if you sign it, she gets total access to everything. Medical, psych, all of it. Don't sign anything. I didn't. January 6th, 2025. 10 a.m. I took an Uber to downtown Minneapolis. Told Mom I had physical therapy. Lisa Brennan's office was on Marquette Avenue, Suite 900. Professional, calm. I sat across from her desk and she said, "Tell me what's happening." "Can I just play you something?" I asked. I played the Sunday dinner recording. All 47 minutes. Lisa's face changed at minute 12. By minute 30, she was taking notes rapidly. When it ended, she looked at me. "This is textbook financial abuse," she said. "And in Minnesota, attempting to coerce a vulnerable adult into signing over assets is a crime." "How many recordings do you have?" she asked. 7, I said. "So far?" She leaned back. "They're going to escalate. And when they do, they're going to make mistakes. Keep recording. Every interaction. If they file for guardianship, and I think they will, we'll be ready." "Do you have somewhere safe to go if this gets ugly?" she asked. I didn't. Not yet. "We'll work on that," she said. January 8th. Connor and I met at a different coffee shop. He upgraded my digital security, gave me a new protocol. "Dead man's switch is active," he said. "If you can't access your accounts for 72 hours, the recordings automatically send to 3 people. Me, your lawyer, and your doctor. You're safe." "Connor," I said. "Do you think they'd hurt me? Physically?" He paused. "I don't know, but we're not taking chances." January 10th. Mrs. Kowalski knocked on my apartment door. She lived downstairs. 70-something. Widow. Kind. "I don't mean to pry, dear," she said, "but I hear things through the vents. Your mother, the way she speaks to you. If you ever need somewhere quiet to sit for a few hours, my door is open." I didn't know what to say. "And if you ever need someone to testify about what they say when they think no one's listening," she added, "I'm old. I don't scare easy." I thanked her. She squeezed my hand and left. Allies. I was gathering allies. January 15th. Certified mail. Petition for emergency guardianship. Hennepin County Court. Case number 27-PR-25-1893. Petitioner, Barbara Brandt. Respondent, Jewel M. Brandt. I read it twice. My hands shook. First, real fear. Attached, Mom's affidavit. She claimed I had traumatic brain injury from the accident, diminished capacity to manage financial affairs, vulnerability to exploitation. She listed 4 specific incidents of confusion. December 20th, left stove on for 3 hours, nearly causing fire. December 28th, forgot to take medication for 4 consecutive days. January 3rd, became lost driving to familiar location, called crying, disoriented. January 10th, could not recall conversation from previous day. Every single one was a lie. December 20th, I was at physical therapy all afternoon. I had witnesses. December 28th, I had phone reminders for medication. Perfect compliance. Time-stamped. January 3rd, I wasn't cleared to drive yet. Still non-weight-bearing. Medical records proved it. January 10th, I had a recording proving perfect recall. She'd fabricated everything. I called Lisa immediately. She filed, I said, for guardianship. I know, Lisa said. I got the notice too. Here's what happens now. The court will order a psychiatric evaluation. You'll pass easily. We submit your cognitive eval from Dr. Peterson. We submit the recordings proving her motive is financial, not protective. What if the judge believes her? Then we play them the recording of her calling you crippled and useless while trying to steal your settlement. Judges don't like financial predators. Pause. Jewel, Lisa said, I need you to do something hard. For the next 3 weeks until the hearing, you need to be perfect. Go to PT, document your progress. Be lucid, calm, cooperative with everyone except them. Can you do that? Yes, I said. January 16th. Emergency meeting with Lisa. She laid out the counter evidence. For every fabricated claim in the affidavit, we had proof it was false. PT attendance records, medication logs, medical documentation, recordings. This isn't just guardianship abuse, Lisa said. This is perjury. She lied under oath. That's a felony. Add it to the list, I said. January 22nd. Court-ordered psychiatric evaluation. Dr. Melissa Grant. 2 hours of cognitive tests, financial management scenarios, decision-making assessments. At the end, she said, Can you tell me why your mother filed for guardianship? She wants control of my settlement money, I said. She believes I don't need it because I'm disabled. Do you have evidence of this? 18 recordings, I said. Dr. Grant made notes. Then, off the record. You're one of the most clear-headed people I've evaluated this year. Your mother is going to have a very hard time proving you need a guardian. T. Her official report, filed February 1st. Comprehensive evaluation reveals no evidence of cognitive impairment, traumatic brain injury, sequelae, or diminished capacity. Respondent demonstrates exceptional clarity, insight, and executive function. Respondent is fully capable of managing own affairs. This evaluator sees no basis for guardianship. Furthermore, respondent has presented credible evidence suggesting petitioner's motive may be financial rather than protective. Recommend petition be denied. Lisa texted me, We got the eval. It's perfect. Now we wait for their response. They're going to panic. She was right. January 25th through 30th. Mom increased pressure. Daily visits. Demanded I sign financial power of attorney to avoid court. Recording 12. If you'd just be reasonable, we could drop this whole thing. Sign the POA. Give Wesley what he needs. Stop being selfish. Me. No. Mom. The judge is going to see that you're incompetent. You're making this harder on yourself. Me. Okay. January 30th. 11 p.m. Wesley showed up at my apartment. Drunk. Banging on the door. Just give us the fucking money, he screamed. Mrs. Kowalski called the police from downstairs. I recorded the whole thing. 15 minutes. His voice through the door. Threats. Rage. Police arrived. Took a report. Officer's name, Dawson. Report number, 2025-013894. I gave a copy to Lisa. February 3rd. Instagram DM. from someone named Sierra M. You don't know me. I dated your brother last year. I need to tell you something. He's not a good person, and neither is your mother. She sent screenshots, text messages, October through December 2024. Wesley to Sierra. Mom has a plan to get money from my sister. Her settlement. We're going to be set. Sierra. That's messed up. Wesley. She's not going to do anything with it anyway. She's basically useless now. Sierra. I broke up with him after that conversation. I felt sick. I should have told you sooner. I'm sorry. I forwarded everything to Lisa. This is premeditation evidence, Lisa said. Can she testify? Sierra. Yes, I'll do it. February 6th. Mom received notice from her employer, HR department at a manufacturing company. Investigation for conduct concerns. Connor had submitted an anonymous complaint, with links to audio excerpts, uploaded to a secure site. Company policy required investigation when an HR employee was accused of harassment or abuse, even outside work. Mom was suspended pending review. Wesley left me an angry voicemail. What did you do? Mom's suspended. They're saying she's abusive. This is your fault. Recording 16. Saved. February 7th. My phone rang. Aunt Carol. Jewel, she said. It's Aunt Carol. I need to apologize. I waited. I was at that dinner, she said. I heard what your mother said. I should have spoken up. I didn't. I was a coward. Why are you calling now? I asked. Because I just found out she filed for guardianship. That's not protection, Jewel. That's control. If you need someone to testify about what happened at that dinner, I will. Jim will too. We were there. We heard everything. Thank you, I said. I'm so sorry I didn't say anything that night. Your uncle tried. Did you hear him? He said, "This doesn't feel right." Your mother glared at him and he backed down. We both did. We failed you. I added them to the witness list. February 10th. Wesley was fired from his gym. The manager cited character concerns. Someone who followed Sierra on social media also knew someone at the gym. Word had spread. Wesley posted on Facebook. Public. Angry. Family is supposed to support each other. Mine destroyed my life over money. Hope you're happy, Jewel. Comments flooded in. Some supported him, but several people who knew the family commented. There's way more to this story. February 12th. Mom called me directly, first time in weeks. Her voice was different. Soft. Apologetic. Recording 17. Jewel, honey, I think we got off on the wrong foot. I was just trying to help. I'm your mother. I love you. Can we talk? Please? This guardianship thing, let's drop it. You keep your money. We'll work something out. Okay, I said. Okay? You'll drop the lawyer? No. I meant okay. I heard you. Pause. Then her voice changed. The mask dropped. You ungrateful little bitch. After everything I've done for you, after everything I've sacrificed, you're going to regret this. You're going to end up alone, crippled, with nothing, and you'll realize you should have listened to me. Maybe, I said. Goodbye, Mom. I hung up. 8 more minutes of her ranting, all recorded. February 16th. Mom posted on Facebook. Public. Sometimes you sacrifice everything for your children and they repay you with cruelty. I've spent weeks trying to protect my daughter from making terrible financial decisions after her accident left her unable to work or think clearly. Instead of gratitude, I get lawyers and accusations. I'm heartbroken, praying for families dealing with disabled adult children who turn against the parents trying to help them. Hashtags, heartbroken, family first. God gives his hardest battles to his strong soldiers. 43 likes, 28 comments, shared 6 times. Connor archived it before she could delete it. One comment from a former neighbor. Barb, this doesn't sound like the whole story. Mom's reply: "You don't know what I'm going through." The post stayed up 2 days. Then she deleted it. Too late. We had it. February 18th. Dad called me. "Jewel, can we talk?" "No," I said. "But you can listen." I sent him a Dropbox link. Sunday dinner recording. "What is this?" he asked. December 15th. The night you sat there and said nothing while Mom and Wesley tried to steal from me. I didn't know. You were there. Listen to it. Then decide if you want to call me back. I hung up. 2 hours later, he called again. I didn't answer. He left a voicemail. I could hear him crying. I listened. Oh God, Jewel. I listened to the whole thing. I'm so sorry. I'm a coward. I've always been a coward. I don't know how to. I'm so sorry. I saved it. Didn't respond. If you've ever been called useless by your own family, drop a comment with the word silence. February 20th. Madison broke up with Wesley. She texted him. He showed me the text in a rage, forwarded it. "I can't do this anymore. What your family did to your sister is disgusting. What you did is disgusting. We're done." Wesley forwarded it to me with a message. "See what you did? You destroyed my relationship too." I didn't respond. February 28th. Pre-mediation meeting with Lisa. We organized everything. 18 recordings. Dr. Grant's evaluation. Dr. Peterson's HIPAA violation documentation. Bank records. Police report from Wesley's drunken incident. Sierra's texts. Mrs. Kowalski's written statement. Carol and Jim's offer to testify. "We're going to mediation," Lisa said. "But I don't expect resolution. This is really about showing them we have everything. The goal is to get them to withdraw the petition. If not, we go to full hearing March 10th. "Are you ready for them to hear these recordings?" she asked. "To hear themselves?" I didn't flinch. "I've been ready since December 15th, I said. March 10th, 2025. 10 a.m. Hennepin County Family Court. Mediation Room 3B. Present. Me, Lisa, Mom. Mom's court-appointed attorney, Wesley, and mediator Judge Patricia Morrison. Long conference table. Recording device for official court record. Mom and Wesley on one side. Lisa and me on the other. Judge Morrison reviewed the file. "We're here to determine if guardianship is necessary and appropriate. Ms. Brennan, you represent the respondent?" "Yes, Your Honor," Lisa said, "and we have substantial evidence that this petition is without merit and motivated by financial exploitation." Judge Morrison looked at Mom's attorney. "I've reviewed Dr. Grant's evaluation. It found no basis for guardianship. Do you wish to withdraw your petition?" The attorney glanced at Mom. "No, Your Honor. We maintain." "Your Honor?" Lisa interrupted. "May I present evidence?" "Proceed." Lisa opened her laptop, connected it to the room's speaker system. "This is a recording from December 15th, 2024. Sunday dinner at the Brandt household. The respondent, Jewel Brandt, recorded this conversation legally under Minnesota's one-party consent statute. She played 12 minutes, the key moments. Mom's voice. "You're crippled now. He still has a future." Wesley's voice. "You're going to be limited." Mom's voice. "Don't be selfish." Mom's voice. "You're crippled anyway. What do you even need $48,000 for?" Silence in the room when it ended. Judge Morrison looked at Mom. "Is this your voice, Miss Brandt?" Mom's face was pale. We were having a family discussion. That's taken out of context." "Context," the judge said. "All right. Ms. Brennan, is there more?" 17 more recordings, Your Honor, but I'll play just 3 more. She played the rehearsal recording. December 10th. Mom coaching Wesley. "Don't say take her money. Say it makes sense for the family. Don't say she's useless. Say she won't need it all. Make it sound practical, loving even. Pause. If she cries, crying means she's breaking. Mom's attorney shifted uncomfortably. Judge Morrison. This was recorded 4 days before the dinner? Yes, Your Honor. Premeditation. Then Lisa played the February 12th call. The one where Mom's mask came off. You ungrateful little bitch. After everything I've done for you? 3 minutes. Condensed from 8. The worst parts. You're going to end up alone, crippled, with nothing. When it ended, the room was silent for 15 seconds. Judge Morrison looked at Mom. Ms. Brandt, this call occurred 3 weeks ago. While you were petitioning this court to protect your daughter because you love her and she needs your guidance? Mom said nothing. I'm going to take a 15-minute recess, the judge said. When I return, we'll discuss next steps. Ms. Brandt, I strongly suggest you speak with your attorney. She left. Lisa and I stepped into the hallway. She asked if I was okay. I said yes. Then I saw Dad. He'd been waiting outside the courtroom. He approached. Jewel, not now, Dad. I heard, he said. Through the door. I heard her voice. What she said to you. He was crying. I know, I said. 15 minutes later, we returned. Mom's attorney stood. Your Honor, after consultation with my client, we are withdrawing the petition for guardianship. Noted, Judge Morrison said. However, I'm not finished. Ms. Brennan, you mentioned evidence of financial exploitation. I'm referring this matter to Adult Protective Services for investigation. She looked at Mom. Furthermore, I've reviewed your affidavit, Ms. Brandt. You claimed 4 incidents of cognitive impairment. Ms. Brennan has provided evidence disproving each one. That's perjury under Minnesota Statute 609.48. I'm referring this to the Hennepin County Attorney's Office for review. Lisa presented the counter evidence. PT records for December 20th. Medication logs for December 28th. Medical records proving I couldn't drive January 3rd. Recording proving perfect recall January 10th. Judge Morrison. You fabricated evidence to support your petition? I must have misremembered the dates, Mom stammered. You misremembered 4 separate dates? With specific details? Mom's attorney stood again. Your Honor, may I have a moment with my client? You may have 5 minutes, but understand, if Ms. Brandt requests a restraining order, I will grant it immediately. After 5 minutes. Ms. Brandt Jewel, do you wish to pursue a restraining order? I looked at Mom, then Wesley, then back at the judge. Not yet, I said. But I want it on record that if they contact me again, I will. Judge Morrison nodded. Noted. This hearing is concluded. Petition denied. Referral stand. She looked at me one more time. You're 23 years old. You've been through a serious accident, major surgery, months of recovery, and your family's betrayal. And you documented everything. That takes remarkable strength and clarity. I wish you well. Thank you, Your Honor, I said. Outside, Carol and Jim were waiting. They'd come to support me, to testify if needed. When Mom saw them, her face went white. Carol approached me. We're here for you, she said. I thanked her. Dad was still there. He waited until Mom and Wesley left. Then he came over. Can we talk now? He asked. What do you want to say, Dad? I'm leaving her. I filed separation papers this morning. I should have done it years ago. I should have protected you. I didn't. I'm a coward. Yes, I said. You are. He flinched. But you're here now, I said. That's something. If you want a relationship with me, I said, you're going to have to earn it. That means therapy. For you. Not couples therapy. Just you. And it means you never defend her again. Can you do that? I'll try. Trying isn't enough, but call me in a month. We'll see. Comment record if you've ever wished you had proof of what they really said. March 15th, 2:17 a.m. My phone lit up. Text from Dad. I listened to all of them. Lisa sent me the links. I listened to every recording. I heard myself eating dinner while your mother destroyed you. I heard myself say nothing. I heard myself be complicit. I didn't know I was that person. I don't want to be that person anymore. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. You deserve better. You deserved better your whole life. I failed you. I'm a coward. But I'm leaving. I filed separation. I'm moving out tomorrow. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I needed you to know. I read it at 6:30 a.m. Read it 3 times. Went to physical therapy. Thought about it all day. March 18th, I texted back. Okay. 1 word. An hour later. Get therapy, Dad. Real therapy. Call me when you've been going for 3 months. His response. I will. I promise. I didn't text again. March 20th. He sent a photo. Moving truck. His belongings. Leaving the house. Caption. This is me leaving. This is me choosing you, even though it's 23 years too late. I'm staying with my brother. I'm starting therapy next week. I got a list of therapists who specialize in family dysfunction and enabling behavior. I'm going to do this right. I saved the photo. Didn't reply. But I didn't delete it. March 30th. Physical therapy session. I walked 8 steps without crutches. First time. Ryan Harper, my physical therapist, has said, "You're doing it." I started crying. Not from pain. From everything. Yeah, I said. I am. April came. I used my settlement money, finally deposited into my own account at a new bank, to rent a 1-bedroom apartment in St. Paul. 15 minutes from Minneapolis, close to my PT clinic. 712 Selby Avenue, 2nd floor. Hardwood floors, big windows. $1,100 a month. The lease officer said, "You're my youngest tenant. Most people your age have roommates." "I need my own space," I said. "I need quiet." First night in the apartment, I sat on the floor. No furniture yet. Just me and the silence. No footsteps upstairs. No one yelling through the walls. Just quiet. I cried. Relief, not sadness. April 8th. Lisa sent a certified letter to Mom and Wesley via their attorney. Official notice: Jewel M. Brandt does not consent to any contact from Barbara Brandt or Wesley Brandt. Any attempt, phone, email, text, social media, third parties, in person, will result in immediate filing for restraining order. All recordings and evidence will be submitted to court. Any violation will result in public disclosure of all recordings. 3 signatures required: Mom, Wesley, attorney. All 3 signed April 12th. No response. Just silence. April 15th. New phone number. New contacts. Lisa, Connor, Dr. Peterson, Ryan, Mrs. Kowalski, PT Clinic, Dad 7 people, down from 47. I deleted my old accounts. New email. Started over. The old phone sat in a drawer. Powered off. Evidence preserved. But silent now. April turned into May. I waited for Mom or Wesley to violate the boundaries. They didn't. Complete silence. Lisa said, "They're scared. They know you have the power now. Silence is their only option." By May 1st, I realized something. I'd forgotten to think about them. For a whole day. May brought adaptive fitness coaching certification, weekend intensive, learning to help people with disabilities rebuild strength. The instructor asked why I wanted to do this. "Because I know what it's like when your body betrays you," I said. "And I know what it's like when your family does too. I want to help people rebuild both." My first client, a woman with a spinal injury. Her family was pressuring her to just accept her disability and sign over her insurance settlement. I handed her Lisa's card. "Do you want to know how to protect yourself?" I asked. Late May. Ryan asked me to coffee. Not as my therapist. As himself. I know this might be complicated, he said. I was your PT, but you're discharged now, officially. And I'd like to take you to dinner, if you're interested. I don't know if I'm ready, I said. No pressure, just coffee, or dinner, or nothing, whatever you need. Coffee, I said. Let's start with coffee. 3 hours later, we were still talking. I laughed. Actually laughed. It felt strange. Good strange. June. I started a podcast. Quiet Boundaries. About financial abuse, family betrayal, using documentation to protect yourself. Episode 1. My name is Jewel. I'm 23. 6 months ago, my mother tried to steal my accident settlement at Sunday dinner. I recorded the whole thing. This is what I learned about power, silence, and boundaries. I posted it. Went to bed. Woke up. 10,000 downloads. Comments. I'm recording my family now. Thank you. I thought I was the only one. By mid-June, 50,000 subscribers. June 20th. 3 months since. Call me in 3 months. Dad texted, I've been in therapy 12 weeks. Can we have coffee? I replied. 1 hour. Public place. I'm bringing someone. I brought Ryan. Dad showed me his therapy intake papers. Session notes. He'd brought them to prove it. I'm learning about enabling, he said. About cowardice. About how silence is violence. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm just asking you to see that I'm trying. Okay, I said. Keep going. We can do this monthly, if you keep going to therapy. I will. As we left, he asked, Is there anything I can do? To help? Yeah, I said. Keep going to therapy. That helps. If this story hit you, like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what would you have recorded? July 2025. 8 months since the accident. I walk without crutches now. Some days my leg aches. Most days it doesn't. I have my own apartment. My certification. 12 coaching clients. My podcast has 50,000 subscribers. I'm engaged to Ryan. We're taking it slow, but we're taking it together. My family? I haven't spoken to my mother in 5 months. Or my brother. I don't know where they are. I don't check. The restraining order was never filed because they never contacted me again. Silence was enough. My father and I have coffee once a month. 6 times so far. We're not close. Maybe we never will be. But he's trying. That's more than nothing. Adult Protective Services closed their investigation in April. Insufficient evidence to prosecute, but it's on record. If they try this with someone else, the documentation is there. The county attorney reviewed the perjury referral. They declined to file criminal charges. Family matter. Petition withdrawn. No financial harm occurred, but it's permanent record. If she ever tries this again with anyone, it will surface. People ask me if I regret recording them, if it was worth it, if I feel guilty. I don't. Not for a second. My mother taught me that family is supposed to protect you. Technology taught me how to protect myself when they wouldn't. In 2025, the most powerful weapon isn't yelling. It's pressing record. It's staying silent. It's letting their own words convict them. I didn't flinch at that Sunday dinner table. I don't flinch now. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stay silent and let the recording speak for you. I'm Jewel Brandt. This is my story. And every word of it is true. Because I have the receipts. They had no idea the phone was recording. That was their first mistake. And their last.